My name's Joey Fox. I play lead guitar and vocals for the Retrograde.
My name is Carson Degner, and I play drums and percussion for the Retrograde.
My name is Josiah Pye, and I play bass in the Retrograde.
I play vibroslap too.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
This new album we just released, we started recording it, I think on the 4th of July, right? 4th of July. And we all work pretty much full time. I'm a student. They all work real jobs. And we were just recording every night, and we recorded through COVID, through Josiah getting married, through
My appendicitis.
family sickness, and we're very happy with the end result. And we couldn't be more proud of the music we made. I think it's really reflective of us as individuals. Yeah, you got anything to add?
Yeah, so our debut album was a really cool process, you know, recording at Carson's house.
In my basement.
In his basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the sunroom that was turned into a studio during the shutdown of COVID, right?
Yeah, spent a long time building a pretty much pro studio. I mean,
A lot of elbow grease.
a lot of elbow grease. Jeez.
Yeah, no, but it was really cool to, you know, we took a lot of time because we didn't have a lot of time each day. So it was cool to be able to get, you know, fresh ears on it every day. You know, I'd play something and then I'd come in the next day and I'd tell Henry, like, that sounds like shit. But it probably didn't, but to my ears it did. So, you know, it was cool having no time constraint and really getting to be as creative as we want.
The album is self-titled. It is called The Retrograde, out on all streaming platforms. We debated about it not having a name, but I think it was the right call to do The Retrograde.
Untitled 1 would have been cool.
That would have been very cool.
Why didn't we think of that?
Not great on Google search. So, but then again, when you search our name, a fucking planet comes up. So, you know, planning the album release event, it was hell.
Chaotic.
Because, like, we were planning the album release, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if the album's not done?
Yeah,
you know? What if it's not done? What are we gonna do? It ended up being done. It was crazy because, you know, this is our first time doing anything, you know, of this magnitude, you know, for a single night event. So I think it was a lot of stress that we handled decently.
It was all good stress.
Yeah, good stress. It's like driving. You know, like when you drive, it's like good stress. You're like, don't hit this car.
Yeah, and then you got your radar detector, and you know.
Don't, you know, like, forget to release the album.
Put it in Spotify. Yeah. So we worked with Ace. And Ace is a very, very talented individual, and they did all of our graphic designs from our album cover, front and back, which is fire. $15. You want to get a physical CD.
Vinyl coming soon.
Vinyl coming soon.
Possibly.
So we did.
I got a lot of yeses.
Yeah, we did get a lot of yeses on the vinyl. So album cover, we did posters, the show posters. Very, very cool. And then one limited edition poster, the Ace drew. They drew that. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, they'll see it eventually. It's the coolest thing ever.
It's probably going to sell out, so you may not see
We're only
it.
printing 50, so if you're not here, you stop.
Never again.
These two gentlemen sitting next to me are some of the most passionate rock and roll fans that I think I've ever met. Like, the desire to understand everything about the genre and to listen to everything in it is amazing, and I think speaks for itself in their playing and everything. Me, on the other hand, I don't come from that at all, that background. Yeah. But I think fitting into this band has been something truly special, and I've learned so much about, you know, learning about music, and, you know, so much of it is connected, and, you know, can, even if you're coming from a blues background or a funk background, coming and playing rock and roll.
Yeah, there's only 7 notes.
Yeah, and on the rock and roll thing, like, in a sense, rock and roll is just fast and loud blues.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. I think we mix that very well.
Yeah.
The way we approached the writing of this album, I believe the first song the Retrograde as a group ever wrote was On a String. And so I wrote that at my house, brought it over to Carson's, and it was a lot better by the end of that day. And we decided not to release it as our first single, we ended up writing How Do You Sleep next, and that ended up being our single. And all the other songs, I think through our practices, you know, before gigs, we just kind of, you know, I'd bring in an inkling of an idea, like I think this can work, and we'll all play it, and then everyone kind of adds their own touch to it. So, you know, it's not like I'm writing the song, it's like we're writing the song.
Then like Come Around, that tune on our record, it just happened.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
About
he
that,
came
yeah.
into my house. It was like 9:30 on a Thursday or something. He's like, he just started warming up. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, I just started playing the riff.
And we wrote that song in an hour. Stuff like that.
That also went through like 4 name changes.
Yeah, 4 names.
So you'll never get to know.
It's just rock and roll, man.
But it's not just rock and roll, you know. I think
I got one.
Okay, I got one after you're done.
Yeah. I think the themes that are present on the album can really be found if you read the lyrics without the music. The theme is whatever the listener thinks of when they hear the music or read the lyrics. And I think a lot of it comes from my upbringing, lyric-wise, and I think a lot of the music comes from, you know, a lot of the instrumental themes come from our experiences as musicians and what it's like when we put all 3 of us together. That is the Retrograde.
Yeah, and one thing I'm really proud of too is like the way that the album flows, it feels like the progression of how we spend our time together as a band.
Yeah.
It does, and it's like kind of the life of our shared experience, which I think that's so cool. You kind of lose now like the art of the record, and I feel like we did a really good job of continuing that and making it a story.
Yeah, it's something we really wanted to do, was not just make 8 singles, like make an album, you know, which is why I want vinyl, because like you can hold it, you're like, yo, this is an album, you know?
The process for it was evolving while we were doing it. I remember when we recorded How Do You Sleep, like the songs were all there, everything was there, and then we were, during it, figuring out how execution was going to be done, and recorded everything a ton, and then we're like, that doesn't sound very good, so let's try something different. And we went through a ton of different stuff with Henry guiding us. And
yeah, none of this is possible if like Henry doesn't exist.
My little brother, Henry
Yeah,
Degner.
Henry Degner.
He's over there.
Get on screen, Henry. Get on screen, man. You produced the record. If you say you produced the record, he gets angry.
You produced the record.
Yeah, man.
This is my brother.
I produced it, man.
I'm a producer.
I mix the music, and I love these guys, and the music's great, you know?
All right, that's enough. Get out of here.
I'll talk some more about just the recording process and how we kind of went about things. So, you know, rock and roll a lot of times nowadays is all sampled, and you're like, play to a click track and play exactly on beat. But we're such a live sounding band. Like, we sounded so bad on the click track. It's not that like we weren't playing in time, because we're all trained musicians, but we recorded everything, and we decided to just do it without a click, one take for drums, bass, and guitar as much as we could. And everything that you hear on the record is like a true take, you know, mistakes and all.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that, and just the fact that, you know, we're laying down music, not just segments of a song.
One of the really cool things about the no click track is that when you record to a click track, you kind of lose the feel. You know, it's like, yeah, you're on time, but if I wanted to be on time, we would have used Alex from GarageBand.
Yeah, right?
You know? That's an inside joke. Or if you use GarageBand on iPhone. But other than that.
The thing about it is like the human heart doesn't even beat exactly in time.
There
Like
we
if
go.
you do,
That's
you're
deep.
gonna die,
That's
right?
deep.
Music's supposed to push and pull, and I think we do a good job of kind of replicating and creating emotion through that. So,
And like another side note, if you, I forget what you said, but you mentioned something about mistakes and all, that's what it was.
Yeah.
If you like listen really closely to Come Around, I think you hear me say, ain't it right, Henry? And then there's a couple other
there's some
little secrets,
Easter eggs in all the
Easter eggs
songs.
that just kind of got left in. Yeah, a couple shouts that when I'm down,
Yeah.
you gotta hear it.
right in the beginning.
Listen to the record. Tell
Yeah.
us what your favorite tune is. Paul McCartney's mastering engineer. He messaged us because he mastered our record at Abbey Road Studios in London, and he was very impressed by the record we made. He loved the tunes. He said very complimentary, and if that means anything, cool.
I just hope like Paul heard it. That'd be pretty cool if he was like, well, you know, it's a pretty good record, yeah, you know. I thought he did a good job.
Paul.
Just plunking on the plunker.
He doesn't sound like Ringo, does he?
I think my favorite track on the record is, oh, The Music Is You.
There it is.
That is that song. I remember when we recorded that song. I forget exactly how it went down. I think you just started playing the opening chords, and I was like, record that shit.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it right now. Let's just do it. And we banged it out, and it was incredible. It was so moving, and I was like, that's got to be on there. That is a masterpiece.
I think my favorite song off the record is When I'm Down, because when we were writing that song, I just envisioned like us playing live, like lights off, and then like the intro plays, you know, the ba-na-na-na-na, and then when Carson comes in, ba-da-ba-ba, and then just lights, you know, smoke, fans in my hair, you know? Yeah!
My favorite song on the record is the organ song. Cause it's rad.
Mellow pick, man.
No, but the ending, dude, it's like you're ascending like into the sky on like a flaming ZL1, and that's just like the end of the movie.
It's also cool that we have like an original Hammond B3 organ on it.
Yeah. Clyde Ramsey, our wonderful friend, Josiah's groomsman, he graciously recorded Hammond B3 organ on that tune. It's called The Organ Song.
That was recorded in his house too, because there was no way in hell we were moving that thing.
No, I've moved that thing into his house, and I will never, ever move one again. It must be 300 pounds. Horrible, but it sounds amazing.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
With the Leslie.
Oh, with the
Tweed.
I think the song that I'm most excited to perform is Baby Please Don't Go, just because we're opening with it. We're not opening with When I'm Down, so we're opening with Baby Please Don't Go, and I think it's just the coolest. You know, it's like 220 beats per minute. It's just
240
going.
something.
Yeah, and it's just moving, and I think like
might be 300 a night. Who knows?
Yeah, but
more of these Red Bulls do the trick.
It won't be 300.
Yeah, no, but I think it's.
I started. It's not going to be 300 beats per minute.
But yeah, no, I think that's like gonna be my favorite to play, just because it's that initial rush of adrenaline when like everyone comes in.
Knocking cymbals over, you know.
Retrograde, yeah.
I want our audience to be uplifted and feel the joy that we felt making this record. It was a very rewarding process, and there's a lot of heart and soul that went into writing these tunes and recording. And because we recorded the way we did, you know, you can feel that on the record, and the audience. It'd be awesome if they could feel that too.
I want the audience to be able to listen to our music and have it mean something to them. You know, like, I listened to, a lot of Bruce Springsteen when I was younger. You know, it got me through, like, rough patches, and when I listen to it now, the songs have different meanings, but the songs that he wrote still have the same meaning to him. So I think it's going to be cool to watch that happen, where, like, the songs start meaning different things to our audience, but, to us, we'll still remember recording in a basement.
Yeah, and this fun time.
The next step is to get a manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be up in Atlanta, we're going to be in Tampa, Jacksonville, playing locally.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, they do Scandinavia. It's too cold, man. But we're going to start playing regionally in the coming seasons.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
If you thought the Beatles rooftop concert was cool, try the Arctic Circle show. Yeah.
Isn't that on the books?
I didn't check our voucher, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. I think a couple people we want to shout out, obviously, is like Henry, because like he's not on camera, but like if this didn't happen, like if he wasn't here, this album would have been recorded on like an iPhone.
No, it would have cost us $85,000 in
studio time.
Yeah, we did the math. It's not good.
Yeah, it would have been really bad.
We took a lot of time.
Pat? You want to thank Pat?
Pat Bodiford, Pam Bodiford.
Pam Bodiford, yeah.
Every one of our shows these people have been at, and it just means the world. And they watch us progress as a band and as individuals.
I think Brenda Degner.
My mom, yep.
For, not coming down and yelling that we're being too loud.
Cut that noise off! Yeah, my dad too, Todd.
Yeah, but your pops, he plays bass, so like...
Yeah, he's cool.
He gets it. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Clyde, too.
Yeah.
Clyde Ramsey, great friend of ours, recording on this record. You got anybody you want to thank, Josiah?
I want to thank you boys
Oh,
for that was really lame. But yeah, I am so grateful to be a part of this band, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Hell yeah.
cheers to that, yeah.
On another note, I fucking hate these guys. No, but seriously, I didn't have a brother growing up. I was in a house with 4 sisters, but one half sister. She's cool, but I had fuck yeah, we gotta cut that out. I got 3 sisters,
Yeah, you got 3 sisters. I was gonna say.
Anyways, I grew up in a house with 3